has been again this evening, but that's not the story. The story will be about the good and the bad surrounding Vinicius Junior. Unbelievable goal. And then the whole protocol of the referee in terms of that racist allegation.
Yeah, we'll wait to see what follows, what Real Madrid will say, what Vinicius Junior will say. But at the game's end, this first leg has finished with Jose Mourinho up in the stand, sent off as well, with a score of Benfica 0, Real Madrid 1.
This match was brought to you by Jingdong, UEFA Champions League official partner.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks to Gary in commentary. We were asking for the same sort of fireworks we had a few weeks ago when these two teams met, Shay. Unfortunately, there was a lot going on there, but it wasn't great stuff, really. I mean, it's hard to analyse that as a football match at the moment, given even what we're hearing now after the match.
Yeah, I mean, it's a phenomenal goal from Vinicius in shot, but then what happened after that, it's, you know, we don't know exactly what was said, of course, but it's a serious allegation, made against Cristiani, I think it is, from Benfica.
We'll show that all again.
You see Vinicius' reaction, yeah, and it's there's no place in football or life in general for any of that, racial abuse, if that's what's happened. We don't know. Obviously, we're in the studio here in Dublin. We don't know what exactly has happened, but again, it mars over, a brilliant goal from Vinicius. It's a fantastic goal from him, and of course they've got their noses in front over a two-legged tie.
It was a great goal, and it did look like it was going to actually ignite things in a football way, Kenny. It obviously went a different direction then to what we were expecting.
Yeah, I'd have to say Sporting Lisbon, Benfica disappointed me this evening in terms of the manner of the performance. I always felt collectively they needed to be at their very best to really push and potentially win this game. That wasn't the case, particularly from an attacking sense. I thought Pavlidis, the centre forward, Rafa, their creative hub in playing in that 10 position, never really affected the game. Thought they defended pretty solidly, particularly in that first half. Dedic in particular at right back, I thought done fantastically well against Vinicius Junior for the opening 45 minutes. But the problem was he was getting isolated a lot 1v1 in that first half. And like I said, I thought he'd done great. But you can't keep giving Vinicius opportunities in 1v1 situations. We know how good he is, and the quality of that strike on the second half. Will be a lot of conversation and chit chat in around the allegations of racial abuse, but we should be talking more about the quality of the goal from Vinicius Junior. Spoke about him playing as a centre forward in a central striking position, but he wants to hug that left touchline, doesn't he? And we saw the reasons why. Because when he gets it wide left and drives inside, there's nobody better in terms of opening his body up and finding that top corner.
Yeah, I mean, it was an incredible goal, but when the allegation that's been made is as serious as it appears to be, you do get the feeling that we have to see how this is going to play out, but there will be a lot of ramifications from this game of football and what's going on tonight, Shay. Yeah,
UEFA will have to investigate what happened, what was said. There's a couple of players around. The action that we sort of seen with the pictures was sent across, and of course there'll be an investigation now. What's going to happen next, I'm not so sure. But I felt the referee dealt with it really well. So it's a really difficult situation for him as well. In the cauldron of Benfica, and a lot of objects you've seen at the end of the pitch, end of the game, getting chucked on the pitch and stuff. So a lot to handle for the referee, but I think he followed all the protocols and dealt with it as best he could.
Where does that leave the tie, do you think, with Real Madrid 1-0 up?
Well, I think it's going to be difficult. I felt that Benfica needed at least a goal to try and get themselves some sort of foothold in the tie. You'd imagine going back to the Bernabeu, it's near enough job done, but it's still very tight 1-0 going.